Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome to Truth Runs Deep podcast. I'm Terryn,
I'm Kalli.
and we're here to talk about. Oh my gosh, my voice was set. We were doing so great so far. We're here to talk about all things Law and Order, SVU, the Mothership, fanfic writing, and more.
Well,
I was prepared. I was
finally going to
talking, and
talk
then
about
my
the
voice
crossover
decides to crack. It's like
because
that's
the shows are back tomorrow,
yeah.
and
So we really
we
have to record
totally
today.
forgot to do. We had lives were busy, so we didn't get to do it until right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the big crossover, which probably was definitely the best SV, the best
Definitely
crossover
the
they've
best one they've done. Yeah,
yes, yes. I definitely because the other ones were just terribly written. They had some kind of trauma that makes me never want to watch them again. I forgot I had another reason also. I forgot my other reason was also why they're also bad, but I forgot my other reason. But
yes.
this one, fantastic.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, this
So
one had trauma, but like,
it wasn't like
good.
random stuff that didn't make
Sorry.
sense. Because I was thinking about when Amanda got shot. That wasn't necessary. Okay.
Yeah, the
That's what I
other
was thinking about.
crossovers, Amanda got shot, Jamie was shot. Um, what's with them doing that?
Exactly. Like you can't just be putting all this stuff together like this. Like no. Or the plot was just very boring. Some things there this one delivered in quality of even like the crossovers that are SVU and OC aren't good. I have to be brutally honest about that. They aren't good either.
Yeah,
So, but
sorry, guys.
this was the first Mothership SVU crossover, and it was really, really good.
Just the two of them. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, they had this bonus edition, which we'll talk about, that doesn't make sense. It was unnecessary. This
I'll
unnecessary
get to
bonus
that.
edition. We'll get to that. So it's called Play with Fire.
Quite literally. And we'll get to
Yes.
that.
Yes. They do a really cool when you watch it, they do a really cool title card on TV. I think I took a
Yeah,
picture
we
of it.
got a cool intro. I recorded it too because I was like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah, because
that's
they don't
different.
when you watch it, I have it playing in my TV on streaming just to like refresh my memory. That's not on here for so like they do this like it's a really cool title card they did because obviously on TV they were back to back. So um
If you don't have
dang.
it, I can try to find it.
Yeah, I was looking at my phone. I took a picture of it, but that was 2 weeks ago. I have a lot of pictures of my phone.
I think I put it
That
in an
not
album.
that's
Yes, I
that's a
did.
cool outfit.
No, I didn't. I thought I did.
That was a cool outfit I had on that day. We were recorded since Easter. Oh, that was right before Easter. Okay, so that's because we're close. My phone gallery, we're close. We're close.
Hold on,
We're
this was
close.
before Easter.
Here,
Jesus.
it was good Monday Thursday. Here it is. Where's where's the camera? Here. Well, obviously it's a little blurry, but they had the names side by side. I don't know how to make it not blurry, so you're simply like imagine in your head the
Wait,
titles are side by side.
what was the date? And I can actually pull it up.
April 17th.
Jesus Christ, it was that long ago?
Exactly, yeah, because there was an off week, and then we like watched OC. We like had the off week, and then we like that was a busy day for us because we watched OC, we watched the crossover, then the next week came, and then we watched OC again, and then we were like, and then you're like, we'll need a little bit of a break soon, and then
Yeah,
yeah, it's hard to like, yeah,
that's
it's
a
hard
little
to get it
better.
without it being, yeah, but having them side by side was really cool. Or like,
It's like,
it
ooh,
was
they were great. This is gonna be
thing.
like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, they said it was like a 2 hour movie, and it was. It delivered. Like this
It
is one of
very
my
much
favorite,
was. All right,
probably
let's
the
get
best
into it,
crossover.
guys.
Okay, so I have it playing on my TV, but I have to turn it down because make sure the microphone doesn't pick it up, or that's copyright claim. So, but it starts off in a church shelter. Um, if you don't, I guess the church shelter actually is a place that's protecting people from ICE.
Because this is the world that we live in now.
Yes, I don't know if I guess some people don't live in the U.S., so I guess we'll break it down a little. ICE is the kind of agency that like can basically deport you. They can
They can
people
send
can
you back to where you came from.
yes. They're not. It's not good. Okay.
And they're doing that with
That's
literally
literally happening.
everybody, even
Yes.
children.
Yes. It's getting ridiculous here in the United States about what they're reporting here.
And there's literally times where the government is like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have deported that person, but we're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's a really messed up
What
situation.
the
So
heck?
like this is a real life situation here. And that's real messed up about this whole issue. And ICE is not a, I mean, I see the intention of ICE, but ICE is not a good, it feels very Gestapo-esque that they could just show up at your door.
If it was used correctly, then it would be good, but
Yeah.
it's kind of not.
It's
So,
being abused. It's significantly abused that like they can just take anybody at any time, anywhere. So, but
yeah.
anyway, these people are at this church shelter, and these people are coming in.
And
ICE is coming in.
literally,
That's how we're discussing ICE to make
ICE
sure you understand
breaks
what's going
into the place and everybody starts running. And my mom literally goes, "Well, that was timely and unpleasant."
on. Yep. I
Because
made
that is
muffins, y'all.
literally
I
what is
embraced my
happening in
inner
the
curry and
country
made
right now.
muffins. So I embraced my inner curry and made muffins. So that's the
Yay!
podcast snack.
I love that. Yeah,
The
so there's
podcast
that.
snack is muffins.
There's these two girls that run out, and one of them is like, "I have to go, but here, take this phone number.
Uh-huh.
And if anything happens, call this
Call this
woman
number.
and she will help you." And it's like, okay, so ICE does their roundup.
Mhm.
Then the girl who was
Someone's
given the
following this phone.
phone number is like calling the person because she's like, "I can't find my friend anywhere."
Okay, hold on. I gotta say this, but not say this. I'm gonna say this to you. There was something we were talking about. You and I were talking about earlier. Correct? You know that tweet we were talking about earlier? The not good one, the bad one. You know what we were talking about earlier? That you were texting about earlier?
Oh, yes. But
Well, one of our friends has confirmed that it's true.
oh fuck.
We can't tell you what it is, y'all. Sorry, you just won't know. I can't. We don't feel like I I I
Why?
personally don't feel
Wait, why did you mention it then if we can't say
because
anything?
because it's a rumor. But if they've confirmed this rumor is true, not the happy rumor we were talking about weeks ago. This is a different rumor. But if it becomes public knowledge, we will address it another day. Okay, that's a fair assessment of the situation. Okay, that's all I will say about that for now. I just needed to say it in my head. Our friends in the group chat, our group chat have people who know a lot of things for like I've gotten some confirmation on this thing we were talking about.
Why did you bring it up? Because now I'm just like, what?
Sorry, I had to. I have this my little neurodivergent brain. I'd be like,
Hey,
if it comes
don't
up
share
here,
it to the internet.
well, you won't know what it is. If obviously none of you know what we're talking about, so it doesn't even matter. Don't be going looking for it because I won't tell you. There's certain because I don't. Anyway, I think we're gonna move on. Not surprised, but it's not surprising. Based on a lot of other things we have
It's not.
discussed, it's not surprising. But so
Okay,
anyway, so sorry.
anyway, crossover.
Moving on, y'all. If you don't want to know about that, don't you find on your own, okay? Don't say we told you about it. Anyway, so this woman, the woman with the baseball hat, she has a baseball cap. I guess we're gonna call her
She
baseball
runs
cap. The girl with the
off,
baseball cap.
and then her friend is looking for her, calling her. She's not getting any response. So she's calling the phone number that the girl gave her, like, "My friend is missing. I don't know where she is." So she tracks her friend's phone to this, like,
Like a warehouse kind of
abandoned
looking.
warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, also it's National Boba Day, so go get some
Yeah.
boba from some place that has good boba. This is a place where I live that has good boba. So I didn't finish it yesterday, but anyway, they follow her. They find the girl, this body. She's burned in a barrel. So obviously, the police get involved. Oh, Olivia picks up the call from the person. I'm so proud of that. Olivia answers. Oh no, the body's in the barrel first, and then Olivia takes
Yeah,
the call.
she sees she sees a body in the barrel that is burned to a crisp, and she screams because
Mm-hmm.
fair, the body is burned to a crisp. Um, yeah, and then so Olivia finally answers the phone And she's like, hello. And then the
Mhm.
woman's like, my friend told me to call you. Something really bad is happening. I'm scared. I can't say anything else, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And Olivia's like, okay, stay where you are. I'm gonna come find you. And so she grabs Silva and they go down to the warehouse. And Riley from, is it 7th or 7th?
But 2-7, that's homicide. 2-7
2-7, thank you. 2-7, that precinct is
homicide.
already there because it's like, this is like dead body homicide case, obviously. And Riley's like, what's SVU doing here? And he's like, she called me.
Pull out my water.
So now I'm
Where's
here.
Mhm.
And then she's like, I'm gonna leave Silva with you guys.
Yeah.
Silva, help them out. Just keep me in the loop
Music.
because my curiosity has gotten the best of me.
Yeah.
And they also find this. This will be important for later. They have a belt buckle
About
near the girl that has a rose on it.
yeah, this is very important.
Anyway, so Olivia leaves and Kate
Mhm.
gets out a flashlight and she goes to squat down near the body and Riley's like, just be careful you don't. And then she literally is like, I was a homicide. I know what I'm doing. Step off.
You know, she's like, I know what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
She's like, relax. I was a homicide. I know what I'm doing. Lol.
Mm.
Um, also, like, dude, I feel like even if she wasn't in homicide, she's a cop. She would
Yeah.
know not to touch the freaking body. Do
Mhm.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get the evidence to bring it back to Brady, and Brady is like, this is odd. They're like, odd how? Odd like I caught a case like this 2 years ago,
Mhm.
but the alleged perp got away. And it's like, great. Oh, this means this guy's done this before.
Mhm.
Um, and so they have to go talk to uh the suspects from and
Mhm.
witnesses from before. And one of them was like doing something bad. And the guy's like, look, you got a badge and a gun and I don't. Okay?
Mhm.
I'm gonna handle this how I have to handle this. And it's like, fair. So they go talk to the guy's cousin, Carlos, who happens to be with the Latin Kings. And it's like, great.
Yeah.
Now we got the Gaines involved.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy runs. And so we get a chase scene. And for the first time, it's a
Yeah.
chase scene with somebody else. So Kate and Riley are running after the guy. And
Yeah.
don't remind me never to mess with Kate because I'm pretty sure she nearly tackled the guy.
Yeah. She's gonna get him.
So they arrest him, they burn him in, they're interrogating him about the situation
Mm.
and if he did this body burning. And Sam
Mm.
and Nolan are watching it, and the guy is like, "Nope, wasn't me. I was in Mexico and at a bar." And it's like, great. So they go do their investigation, and it's like, yeah, the guy was in Mexico at the bar during the murder,
Yeah.
so he could not have done
Yeah.
it. So now
They
we
had it on
go
tape.
back to square one. And they asked Violet to like look for any like cameras around the case, around the area and everything. They call her Vi, which is cute.
Mhm.
And And they're talking about the case, and Brady's like, we got a hard job. We have to be able to look them in the eye and say we did everything we could on the worst day of your life.
Yeah, we're talking. Yeah.
And she mentions that she's had 2 divorces.
Like one?
Well, dang. I think Dixon did 2, if I remember correctly.
Maybe even one. I don't remember.
Also, we don't know where Shaw is. So,
I think McCall was filming a movie. I think
yeah,
that's what we figured. We think we were trying to time it right. I think he was filming a movie. But we didn't
so,
but we will see Shaw tomorrow though. Don't
yes.
worry.
So Violet gets footage from the shelter and the warehouse, and she sees that the girl in the baseball cap has the same belt buckle as the girl whose body was burned.
Yeah.
And her name is Sophia. And then her friend Anna who was the one who called Olivia. And so they're like trying to see who the heck would want to do this to Sophia. So they go to talk to her boss at a restaurant that she's working at. And she got dead. The guy, she's like, guy hasn't showed up. And Brady's like, yeah, she got dead.
Yeah.
So then they get more information about her, and they find out that she's a cop, that she was actually undercover. So they go to talk to her chief, and then he drops the first bomb of the episode. Her name wasn't Sophia. Her name was Maria Racinos. Detective Maria Racinos. And it's like, oh my god, they fucking burned her!
I mean, everybody kind of figured, like, we had all figured the week before based on the trailer that this had happened, and then they were like,
by the way, she's not the girl in the first promo. She's dead and burned. What the hell?
The girl in the promo we haven't gotten to yet, but we will explain soon enough. So
they did not have to do that.
Exactly.
They did not have to burn her to a crisp. Olivia did not risk her entire life, take her entire day talking to this girl on 911 to save her from a hole, to have her get fucking burned.
Exactly. Like, this is like.
And yeah, so now we have that in mind and we know who it is. And because Olivia was like, hey, keep me in the loop, Brady has to go tell Olivia. And she's like, hey, we found out that the missing girl was actually a cop. And her name was Maria Racinos. And Olivia, like, slowly puts her jacket down because she had just walked in. She goes, Maria Racinos. Like, she says it so quietly that she's like, please tell me I didn't just hear you say that. And Olivia is, of course, distraught.
Yeah.
And Brady's like, did you know her? And she's like,
Brady isn't aware of anything about, like, Olivia.
Yeah. So she mentions that she was mentoring her, but then also brings up the fact that, yeah, I fucking saved her life.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so Brady's like, I'm sorry. Like, she feels bad because, like, if she caught the guy before, like, this wouldn't have happened this time. And she's like, I hope this time isn't going to be the same. And Olivia's like, it won't, because this time we're going to catch the bastard. She's determined. Well, if you remember from the last time we saw Maria has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So they had to call the boyfriend and tell him. And the boyfriend says that they were engaged and they were going to get married. To which at that point I wrote in the doc, fuck you, Dick Wolf! She was happy. She was going to get married. Why we have to kill her? She didn't go through all this trauma as a child to deserve this. Why? And the guy, like, the guy then goes to talk to Olivia, and she's like, you know, she looked up to you, and it's like, ugh, instant sobbing. I forget what this tale's oldest time was. Somebody quoted these for some reason. Anyway, so we find out
2 weeks ago
that the reason that Maria was undercover. Oh, and Olivia had the funding. I don't know if they mentioned it yet or not, but Olivia had persuaded Maria, helped Maria join the undercover task force unit thing. So anyway, she was undercover and she was trying to find this guy who was sex trafficking young women with the promise of protecting them from ICE.
I know, like, this is very important later. So
like, literally, the guy's like, if you do what I want and you work for me, I'll make sure you don't get deported.
I know, just...
Fuck off. No. Ew.
Exactly.
Then we get Kate and Riley doing some more investigations, and Kate says she talked to her niece, who's like a teenager that lives in Colombia. And so that tells us, hey, she's got a niece, and hey, she's got a sibling. Finally, we got some background info. And that they look into this app. She's texting with her on this app called WhatsApp, and this is how like people communicate and like from
if you don't know
US.
WhatsApp and other apps similar, tech explanation real quick. If you know apps like WhatsApp, they're notoriously not Signal at the moment. Telegram, apps like that have end-to-end encryption, which means your data is protected. Your data is protected, and like legally, this has been an issue. If can a lawyer subpoena end-to-end encryption data?
Yeah.
Because these companies have basically signed off laying like, we're not responsible for anything that have people text on this app because they are protected. But you know.
So Maria had this WhatsApp conversation with somebody connected to the trafficking ring. But they couldn't get into the message.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't get into the message.
Olivia went to go talk to Carisi and Price, and it's like, yay, finally team up. And they're pretty much telling her the same thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, but even if we get a subpoena, it's going to be really difficult for us to get in this message. She leaves. Then the scene transitions to her walking into Baxter's office. Basically, she didn't want to hear it.
She said,
so she went to the big man and is like, do this. And Baxter's pretty much telling her the same thing. These apps have right to privacy. They're not going to budge.
Yeah.
So in order to get this ring, you're going to have to do something about it. Because they're getting, like, they pay virtually too. So they're like, okay, we're going to send Bruno.
Yeah, because he got money.
We send Bruno undercover because he got money. He knows Bitcoin. Of course, send the rich dude.
Yeah.
And he's literally, he sees this building. He pulls up in his car and he's like, this is literally a sex prison hidden in plain sight. It's literally just a normal building in New York.
Yeah, the thing about it, it has like a padlock on it. That's the one thing that's like makes this like strange as up.
Yeah, so they
gave
him
a combination to get it.
Yeah, so he puts in the combination. He goes upstairs. He has his phone, and the phone is telling him which room to go to.
Yeah,
so he goes to
that also has a combination on it.
And he goes in, and he like this girl is like, okay, what do you want?
First.
And he's like, oh, I don't want. He's like, I don't want anything. I just want to talk. And he's like, okay, you still got to pay for that.
Yeah, it's just like
he sends the money. He sits down. They start talking. His phone flashes.
Yeah, his phone's still open, which is kind of a mistake he was doing.
And she's like, you need to go.
Mhm.
You need to go. This is not going to be good. You need to go. And then because they have the surveillance van as well, watching Bruno. The video is glitching because somebody else is doing like
Mhm.
monitoring, and then pretty much Olivia's like, okay, just break it up. And so Finn and everybody, they all start arresting people, and there is a lot of people in this
And building.
building, and they're all against the wall, hands up, arresting them, making sure the
Well,
girls are okay.
some of them are barely clothed.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
this is
literally.
obviously you know what's going on here.
Like some of these, they were literally in the middle of things when they all broke it down. And all of a sudden, Brady and Benson, they see a guy running, the head guy of this all, and they start chasing after him. And they find that he has a weapon to a young girl's head.
Mhm.
And Olivia's like, okay, we're gonna talk this out.
Oh, the sex prison headed in plain sight is Olivia who says that she's watching from the surveillance van.
Oh, okay, well, still. And Olivia's like, okay, we're
I'm at
gonna
that part
talk.
on the TV. That's why I corrected you.
Gotcha. He's like, we're gonna talk this out. It's okay. She puts her weapon down, and like while she's talking to the guy, Brady is like quietly going around the back
Mhm.
and is about to jump on the guy when Olivia goes, no, don't. And all of a sudden, they have to both like jump at the guy to stop
Yeah,
him
then
from shooting anybody. And it was risky, but they did it.
yeah.
And it literally
We
is.
don't get to see some Olivia action. I haven't seen any Olivia action in a minute, so you know. Still gotta choose and listen.
And Olivia's like, all right, let's go, tough guy.
Mhm.
And then I put a tweet that somebody put out. Their name is Britt or Barry Keeney on Twitter, and then they put real talk. This is actually a great parallel to Olivia's relentlessness when rescuing Maria.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, she's not giving up. There's no end to this until it's done.
Mhm.
So yeah, they arrest the guy, and Brady's like, I haven't played that rough in a minute. Like these women are like in their 60s.
Yeah.
Like they're not the ones who are beating up perps much anymore.
Mhm.
Um so they talked to the guy. His name is Travis Mitchell. He was holding 12 girls. And he was pretty much like, yeah, I didn't do anything. Brady's like, I really hope you have a better defense than that.
Mhm.
We found out that Travis was the trafficker, but he was not acting alone. So they bring in Anna, the girl who called Olivia earlier. She bought the phone to call them, and she's like shaking and terrified because uh Brady is pretty much like, look, your friend was dead. You have connections to these guys. What's up?
Mhm.
And Olivia's like, maybe no. Like Olivia has a much more gentle approach.
Yeah. She talks, you know, it's homicide. Your victims are not alive. So you know.
Yeah, and she's like said
You don't need
Sophia.
that kind of decorum if your quorum of your victims are dead.
She's like, Sophia said you were very special. And then she sees a heart. Notices she has a tattoo, and it's a heart with her son's name. So she's talking to her about her son, and the girl's finally calming down.
Mhm.
Um, and she's like going on being like, I can't say anything. And eventually, Olivia gets to the point where it's like,
Oh, when Olivia arrests the guy, she makes sure to put them handcuffs on extra tight too.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where Olivia gets to it that this woman was hurt. She's like, "Did this man hurt you?" And she's like, "Yes." So unfortunately, Anna was assaulted, and the man pretty much said that she would be deported if she told him. If she told on him, because apparently he's very powerful. So Brady Olivia's like, okay, I'm gonna go check on something. She goes to talk to Brady. Oh, before that, Olivia's like, Anna is feeling guilty. She's like, it's my fault she's dead. She was trying to find the man who hurt me.
Yeah.
And
So
Olivia's like,
kind of,
I'm gonna go figure this out.
Yeah.
She goes to talk to Brady. She comes back, and Maria's chief is standing there.
Yeah.
But Anna's gone.
Yeah.
And Olivia's like, did you see Anna here? She was wearing like a green shirt and everything. And he's like, no, I didn't see her. So now their witness is gone. And they're kind of back to square one once again.
Yeah.
And
the light died. Oh no.
Brady and
every time.
Brady and Benson are talking. And it's like and Olivia's like, I don't know why she ran off. Like everything was fine. And Brady goes, despite the supportive environment, it's like, oh, now we fighting.
Obviously you don't need them whenever your victim's dead. So they're not as.
Because Brady is more of a get right to it, kind of threatening-ish type hardball. Hey. And Olivia is like, get them on their good side, so they'll tell you everything.
Yes.
So yeah, they're fighting now. It's fun. Hold on, what was the name of the chief? Because I totally forget.
I don't know. I forgot. But
Gomez. His name is Gomez.
Gomez. It's different talking about it when you know what happens to you. After you've gone through it the first time, being like, man, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, the Brady and Benson are kind of fighting, but they still have a job to do. We get Brady in her office. Kate and Riley are talking to her about something. Violet happens to be in the scene. And I'm like, okay, cool. We get a scene of all of them together. Anyway, they get a call that a woman's body was found in like a construction.
Yeah, there's a lot of like broken up gravel and stuff.
Or something.
Like concrete blocks. Yeah.
So they all go down to the scene and it's Anna. This is the scene from the promo where we see Olivia squatting down and her face just covered in shock. Like she literally saw this girl an hour ago. And now she's dead. Because even the CSU, the Emmys were like, she was strangled. Somebody assaulted her, and she couldn't have been dead for more than an hour or two. And it's like, oh my god, now it's worse. So they go to find this guy. His name is Miguel Pinto. He had charges for assaulting her prior. And so now they're like, great, he did it again. Oh wait, no, never mind. I said that wrong. He had priors because he was in jail for raping and beating an 18-year-old. And so they had to go pick him up for this. And he's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And then this is when we get angry Olivia. Because she's pretty much like getting at the guy. And then she's like, oh, well, you didn't do it? Okay, then there's the door. You're free to go. And she starts yelling again. And Brady's like, enough, Liv. And it's like, Now we have a problem again.
Yeah. Everybody's screaming. Yeah.
They bring Olivia out, and
Yeah. She starts walking around the break room because she's
she's
mad.
pacing. And Brady's like, we need to calm down. She's like you did earlier.
I feel like.
And Brady's like, look, I don't want to coerce compassion, and I don't think you do either.
Yeah.
Fair. And so they got 41 hours before they gotta let this guy go.
Yeah, they're talking to Carisi and Price, and they're like, "Look, y'all, we got 41 hours for you to him."
Yeah, so they're talking to him in his office, and my dad literally looks at me and goes, "You just need Barbara to walk in, Cal." And I was like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah, that's all we need. Like,
Give me.
You've been gone for 3 years almost. Like, wait. Oh God.
Did we get Violet in like this blue and orange like blazer top set, super cute? Anyway, then we get info that this guy, he was framed with his DNA on Anna's body. And then at the end, someone put a tweet that said, having Olivia on the mothership without Shaw in the episode is criminal.
It is true.
It is.
And
So
that's how
that's the end of the first part, and then it just
if you watch it on TV, it kind of just flows into the next one. But if you watch it on streaming, there's a scene that is, you have to, somebody posted the scene. There's a little bit of like a minute or so they
oh shit, I forgot to watch that. Send it to me.
It's in the doc. It says, I put cut opening scene in the next section.
Okay, I'm muting myself because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, so basically that's the splitting line of the 2 episodes. If you watch it on streaming, there are 2 episodes, but if you watch it on TV, it was just one together episode. So if you watch it with, it's been a minute since I watched it, but I think it's Carisi and Olive are talking a little bit about what happened. Is the like opening scene, because there's not an opening scene in the TV version of it. So I guess if you hadn't watched it, like it made like flows, but. So there's this little bitty scene. You have to talk about what happens. I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I watched it. It's maybe like a minute long. To go into part 2. So so they kind of do this little. So there is a part. So play with fire part 1. I'm trying to think of things to go together. Yeah, opening my mouth up to fill the time here. But this is one of my. So we're going into the second part, which is more of the justice end of it. But it is a very
a lot of people are like, "Why did they cut this?" And I agree.
Time probably.
Yeah, it was good, and I love that because I love how Carisi was being so supportive of Olivia, considering she's been so supportive of him lately.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Look, Liv, don't beat yourself up any more than your bosses already are." Because Olivia is like regretting putting in the word for Maria to go into the UC unit because look what happened.
Yeah.
But also who the fuck talked to Carisi and Bryce for 3 hours about media preparedness?
I know what they say.
3 hours.
I know.
They know what they're doing. Why else do we need 3 hours?
There's a company doing this job a long time.
I literally just picture them like sitting in the room, just being like,
"Bro, I know what I'm doing."
Not
so
even.
Then, yes. So going into part 2, after this opening clip that you have not seen,
at the end, Finn comes in and is like, yes. Finn comes in and he's like, yeah, Miguel's alibi checked out, photo and video. So this guy didn't do it. He was framed. We just don't know by who or why.
Yeah. Yeah. He was in Staten Island. Carisis, going down Staten Island.
And they're like, okay, then how did this guy's fluids get on the girl if he wasn't even there? And Carisi goes, that's for you to find out and for me to cleanse from my mind. And leaves. That is such a Carisi line.
And then he's like, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Now this is when my family starts coming up with theories.
a
So there's
theory,
two
and they were,
current
and everyone
theories
was
going around.
correct.
One,
Theory.
it's the priest from the shelter. Two,
Yeah,
it's her boss.
yeah. These.
And they're like, what do you mean? And then he's like, they go to talk to the priest. Apparently he isn't actually, somebody's not Catholic. I forget who. And
I
he's
think
like, you
somebody
don't
says
have,
they feel. I think I don't know something. Yeah, I have something about guilt. You know how.
and I think, yeah. And she's like, you don't have to be Catholic to feel guilty, because she feels guilty.
Yeah.
And she goes to the church with Gomez, Maria's boss, to like talk to the priest.
Mhm. The church has been vandalized again. I mean, no, but not again. But ISIS just kind of like ransacked the place.
And he goes to, like, they're talking about Olivia, talking to Maria, and Gomez is like, I wish you just listened to me. And Olivia goes, did you listen to your boss when you were 20? Then they find the priest.
Mhm.
He's literally just cleaning up things. He locks eyes with Gomez, drops the broom, and bolts.
Yeah.
The priest has a weapon, which he then uses to hit Gomez
Hmm.
after the two were fighting.
Hmm.
And Olivia's got her gun. And before she can even do anything, Gomez takes out his, shoots the guy point blank in the chest.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. And I think the priest knew something, so then I didn't remember his name was at the time, but Gomez had to keep him quiet, is
Yeah.
what I said. And then like watching it. And they go to the hospital. They
Yeah.
take Gomez in the
Olivia had
surgery and they say the priest is dead.
Olivia had to go to her office and change because she had blood on her.
She used her jacket. This is important.
Yeah.
That she used her jacket to like stop the bleeding on the wound. Yeah, so then she goes to her office to get some more
And they're
clothes.
like,
Then
how
we're
can
gonna
we
go.
make your life easier? She's like, I don't know, just make this go away. Because now
Yeah,
she has
she's
to
gonna
go
tell
talk to,
Ivy.
she has to go talk to IAB because she was a witness to the shooting.
Yeah.
And she at IAB was pretty much like,
Mm.
the priest looked terrified. Like,
Mhm.
and she wasn't 100% sure why Gomez had the need to take out his weapon and shoot him.
Yeah.
And so it's like, great, now we gotta look into things.
Mhm.
But they're not like technically supposed.
Because IMB clears saying this is a good shoot, so they're like,
You're not supposed to, technically not supposed to be investigating it more. But then it's like, well, sometimes
if
you gotta
IMB says it's done, then you're
it's
not
done.
supposed to be touching it anymore.
But Olivia's like, well, sometimes you gotta ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
Yeah,
She's not dropping this.
No.
Fair. And then we get a little Price Curiosity work sesh together. Yay!
Mhm.
Oh, I did forget to mention that in the mothership, we had a scene with the two of them and Maroon, but in SVU, it's just the two of them.
Yeah.
And Olivia is like, guys, I think we're looking at the wrong person.
Yeah.
I think it was the chief.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, well, we'll check your hunch. And so they use Olivia's jacket for DNA. And because they're like, if it really is him, they're thinking, great, he could threaten more people and plant more evidence
Yep.
and cause even more chaos. Well, the DNA comes back, and yeah, his DNA was found all over Maria's body.
Mm-hmm.
So keep in mind, Maria worked for him.
Yeah.
He sent her undercover to find this person,
Who was it?
this trafficking ring. knowing it was
When you
him.
watch it on, sorry, watching it on TV, that like the first like pop up is like, this is a part of a 2-part crossover. If you haven't watched it, go watch Law and Order 2419.
That's funny. So yeah,
You're like, in case you don't know,
he sent Maria to this UC op, knowing fully that he was the bad guy. And then when she was fine, like thinking, hey, she's not going to find anything out. When she finally almost did, he's like, okay, I'm going to assault you and burn you to keep you quiet. What the fuck?
Exactly.
So Olivia and Brady go to talk to Gomez. And he's like, I knew it, pretty much knew that Olivia had talked to IB. They're checking on him. They're asking him questions. He's starting to realize they're not there for just polite check-in conversation. And so he starts buzzing for more painkillers. He's like, I gotta use the bathroom. And they're like, okay. They leave.
Sure.
They look in the window. He's on his phone. They're like, who's he calling? And what's happening now? And then Olivia looks at Jessica and she's like, I have to go. I have to pick up my son. So we get Olivia at her son's school and she's walking like through this crowd of like his friends and she's like, hey guys.
He's seeing Noah.
See Noah? And then we see Noah outside this stranger's car talking to this dude.
I know, we're like, everyone was like, bro, why would you be doing? No, of all people, you should know.
Yeah, literally, of all people, you should know you're not supposed to be doing this.
Like, your mother definitely warned you multiple times.
And then Olivia's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and we also like the thing about this is also really special that we hadn't seen Ryan in like a year. So he has his big kid voice and he's tall.
He has his big kid voice, he's tall, it's so sweet. And then
Olivia's
Olivia's
we didn't see Ryan's in the next episode, so we'll see Ryan tomorrow also.
And Jesse and Billy.
And Jesse and Billy and Billy. And Amanda. So we're gonna see a lot of fun people tomorrow. But
yes. Anyway, Olivia's like, Noah, who are you talking to? And he goes, he was trying to get me to go in his car. And I said no. And Olivia's like, so she walks over the car. The guy,
she gets very mama bear mode.
She's banging on it. He's like, hey, roll down the window. What the hell are you doing talking to my son? And the guy drives off. And then, so of course, now
the plates are covered also. The plates are covered, so it's not like she could ever track the car down.
And then, of course, Noah is back at home with 2 unis watching him because Olivia.
Like, going through this again. She's like, listen,
Olivia's like, oh God, I'm not dealing with anybody going after my kid again.
It's only because it's been like 2 years. It's like a year and a half. No, that's 2410. No, yeah, 2410 is that episode. So we're at about a little over a year and a half. So we're like, we're not doing this again. Almost 2.
And then she goes to tell Carisi and Price about what happened. And they're like, okay, we're really sorry and we're glad Noah is okay. But Price is like, you should probably recuse yourself.
She's like, no.
No, I mean, she's like, no.
He's like, that guy has 20 years of experience. He's gonna be crafty about it. We're like,
and she's like, and it literally, that's what I put. So does she. She has fucking 20 years of experience too.
Like, she got 30 years of experience. Like,
yeah, literally. So
respect on her name.
And he's like, look, Olivia, and I was like, oh, first name. Oh wait, hold on, not that. First, she looks at Carisi, like looking for support, and Carisi's like, he's got a point, and she's like, not listening to either of you. I'm not recusing myself. Carisi leaves to have to go do something, and Price is like, Olivia, look, this guy signed up to serve and protect, and he did the exact opposite. And you're not the only one who is infuriated by that. But we have to do this right, or we're not going to get to do it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then there's like arraignment and stuff, and his lawyer is Rita.
Yeah.
To which I go, Rita, why?
But I guess she's what is that episode?
Well, I
Is that
thought
the
you learned
one?
from the long arm of the
Is it
law.
the long arm, the witness, the long arm of the witness.
One of those, that kind of episode. We thought you learned.
Yeah, like read. I think it does give me an idea for that fic we're writing, but we'll come back to that in a second.
So that's who he called. Apparently, the guy's like, we have history.
Yeah, I think it's said it before, but we were like, cause I think they find some kind of way they find out. Because I think he says, oh, no, never mind. We got to that part yet. He tells his wife to call Rita, but we haven't got to the part yet. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, they're back. Olivia and Brady are back in the like workroom in the precinct, and Brady is like,
you know her?
Bryce,
you know her?
Bryce told me, yeah, you know her. She's like, yeah, we have history. And then, yeah, so Olivia's like, we have history. Brady was like, he told me about your kid getting threatened. And then she like stops and she like takes her glasses off. And she's like, what now? And he's pretty much like, what would you do? And Brady's like, are you asking me as a cop or as a mom?
Because those are two different things.
And Olivia's like, can you separate the two? Because we know that Olivia sometimes can't. And then Brady is like, look, you have two options. Throw yourself into your work or throw Gomez out a window.
Exactly.
I'm for option two. Just saying. So they go to talk to more witnesses because apparently this guy has fucking done this before.
Yeah, he's threatening the witnesses.
Bruno was like using like some fancy tech to
They find this girl named Cassie.
Yeah. And they go to talk to her, and she be at the shelter. She's now like clean and sober now. And she goes and she basically tells the story of, yeah, she has history with Gomez too. She was at the shelter when she was into like alcohol and drugs and everything. She found out he has eyes and ears everywhere. And he basically gave her an ultimatum. So she says that I let a man rape me so I wouldn't get arrested and deported.
Yeah, and that's a real messed up.
And she goes, the only reason I was able to ever get clean and move on was because of Maria. And she's like, I owe Maria, but if I testify, I'll lose everything. Because her husband doesn't know about her past. She's moved on. It's sticky.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, then with that and all that known, they go to arrest Gomez at home. Yeah, and Olivia had brought him flowers to the hospital earlier, and she goes, sorry, I got no flowers for you this time. And they arrest him. And that's when he tells his wife to call Rita. Which I put in the doc. Barbara, go talk some sense into your friend. What is she doing?
Exactly.
All right, child.
Yes, here we go.
And Olivia is talking about why Anna was so afraid of him and everything. And she's like, well, for reasons that are now obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rita cross-examines her. And she's like, gets Olivia to mention that she's the one who vouched for Maria to be in the undercover unit. And then she's like, but, so, like, are you feeling guilty? Like, is this why you're going after the chief? With all your experience and especially your connection to Maria.
Yeah.
And Olivia's like, I've worked for the NYPD for 20 years. And Rita's like, yeah, nothing further. And then Olivia speaks over her and she's like, but I have never let my emotions get in the way of my police work. Like, try me, bitch.
You know.
Try me.
Also, outfit fit check. You guys, Rita does have a really. It's just she's wearing like a teal color like suit. Fit check real quick.
On a little lighter than this. Also, she's got a blonde bob now.
Yeah, I mean she had short hair the last time we saw her, but like
yeah, but it's like blonde or dirty blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we get Carisi and Price asking witnesses back and forth questions. Carisi about the assault, the sexual assaults. Price about the murders and the other things. And they're talking to this one woman, and she's like, they're pretty much like, why did you do what he said? And she's like, I didn't want to be next. Then Rita cross-examines her. And suddenly we see a guy walk into the courtroom. And it's the guy that was talking to Noah. And he's just sitting in the back. And Rita is pretty much like, you know you're under oath, right?
Yeah, you can't.
So if it could have possibly been anybody else who did this, you have to say it. And the whole time this guy's staring at her, you can tell.
Yeah.
This guy's like freaking her out. And she's like, oh, actually, I don't recall what I said that day. And Carisi and Price immediately stand up. They're like, Your Honor? Like, help, please.
She's you know, we're trying to recant her statement here, and she's already told us.
Yeah. So they're like, crap. Thanks. Like, also, I want to be like, why did they not, like, look into this dude? Like,
exactly, like,
he kind of just almost he kind of almost broke their entire case. Carisi and Price are like, we can't even call her back up if we want to, because
she's basically recanted everything.
Technically recanted. Even if she doesn't recant, it's gonna be a mess. No one's gonna know what's actually the truth. And they're like, we need Cassie.
Yeah.
And Olivia's like, she can't. And then one of them goes, that's what the subpoena is for. It's like, okay, hold on, let me go talk to her before you bring out the subpoenas. And then, so Olivia goes to talk to Cassie. And she's like, I can't do it. She's explaining it. And then Olivia's like, look, men like Gomez want you to stay invisible. It's how they protect themselves. Show them you're not as invisible as they think you are. They don't want you to choose justice. They want you to choose fear. So basically, Olivia's like, choose justice. Yes, go queen. So, yes, Cassie does testify. And her testimony is pretty much the nail in the coffin for this guy. But then, Olivia's sitting in the gallery. And she turns her head. And she sees the guy who threatened her son. And needless to say, she can't go confront him in the middle of the courtroom right now. So she takes out her phone and she starts texting someone and she puts the phone away. And I was like, oh my God, finally, they did a crossover well. This guy's going to fuck prison. Everything's good.
They almost had it. This is the negative 1 point goes to this, okay?
30 seconds later, it's like we were doing so well, and then this happened.
We were doing so good. We got to we were at the 48 minute, or like a 60-minute clock. We were at the 48 minute mark.
Cassie didn't even I missed it. Cassie didn't even testify yet.
No.
So I think it was maybe Gomez was testifying, and that's when Olivia's like, "Go." So she So we see that the guy who threatened Noah is literally just standing in a stall in the bathroom, and it's quiet. And all of a sudden, the door opens, and this guy walks in, and the camera adjusts, and we see that it's Stabler.
And we were like, "Why?
What?"
Actually, it's funny how they asked Chris about this. He goes, "I don't even know why I was there either, for real."
Okay, if Chris doesn't know why he's there, that's hilarious.
They called me to film this scene, and I was like, okay, but I didn't really see a reason to.
Because there wasn't.
There wasn't. This was really unnecessary.
He doesn't think so. There definitely wasn't. Also, literally, that's what all the pictures are literally of like the two.
If y'all remember, maybe a month or so ago, we were filming, and these pictures came out, and we were mid recording.
And now we know. So Elliot is literally just in the courthouse bathroom talking to this guy in a fucking random gray hoodie.
And we're like, also, why you gotta talk to people? Obviously, you don't know male bathroom courtesy. You don't talk at the urinal.
Talking to people in the fucking urinals, man.
You don't talk at the urinal. Weird. You don't know the rules of even I know the rules of the urinals that you don't talk to people at the urinal.
You do your business.
You zip it up and you leave.
You zip your pants. You wash your hands. You leave. You don't look. You don't talk. No.
You don't talk at the urinal. That's the rules. You don't talk at the urinal. This is the second time he's done this.
Literally. So he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And the guy's literally just like,
"Hey."
What? And Elliot's giving this creepy ass smile too.
Yeah, he has his goatee, which is not even full. It's a little crusty kind of, It's not
And he's like, "Oh,
not his best look. He's looking kind of raggedy." Okay, for real.
Listen, I hear you've been. We didn't even write any of these quotes down because we were just too baffled. So he's pretty much
we knew it was coming because it said special guest star Christopher Maloney, but we were like,
for what?
For what?
And he's like, "Look, I hear you've been messing with my friend." And then all of a sudden he takes the guy and he shoves him up against the wall. And he's like, "Look, if you ever mess with my friend and her son again, there will be consequences."
Yeah, we're like, "Oh."
And then he leaves.
Yeah. We're like, what was that about? What was that about?
It's like, okay, so Olivia was like, "I can't do anything.
I'll call the one person I know will.
I'll call the one person that can." Honestly,
it was a good reason. It's not people think this is there's some our ops here are thinking there's some kind of she has some sort of feelings towards him. No, it's not that. It's that she knows.
Guys, he literally fucking said friend.
Exactly, he said friend. Also, she knows that he will beat somebody up for real. He will do it. No repercussions.
Literally, yeah. Olivia knows she probably can't beat up this guy, even though she wants to. So she has to go to the next guy who will, and no one will find out about it.
Exactly. She didn't say it's not a good reason, but it's a valid reason. Okay.
Yeah. So it was weird, but it happened, I guess. I don't know.
People thought Elliot and Olivia would talk, and they don't. It's just
he literally just shows up, slams this guy in the wall, and be like, "Leave them alone." Okay, bye.
Yeah. So
now we get Cassie testifying, and she pretty much is like, "I escaped the hell this guy created," because Rita was going on about her illicit substance usage and everything, and she's like, "I escaped the hell he created." And then Rita says something she's realizing her case is kind of slowly falling apart. And the judge is like,
"Good for you, Queen. I love you, Queen, but your case is falling apart here."
Yeah, the judge is like, "You asked the question, counselor." He's like, And basically, along the lines, it's like, why are you testifying? What are you doing? And she's like, I might lose everything, but it was worth it to put Paul Gomez in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, mic drop, boom. Then we get the verdict, and he is found guilty on all counts. Everybody cheer!
Yeah.
And then they have a little small service at the church for all the victims.
Mm-hmm.
So they got
There's not 4 of them.
yeah, they got Anna's photo, and Maria, and the priest. And the original girl that from the case that Brady caught all those years ago.
Yeah, those are the 4 victims they have this little memorial for.
Like, yeah, this was like I almost forgot. Like, yeah, this wasn't new. Like, Brady finally was able to solve her case from years ago because this guy is now in prison. And so Cassie came and she brought her husband. And Olivia's like, how do you feel? And she goes, I feel known. Maybe even for the first time. And then we get Olivia and Brady sitting next to each other. They look at each other. They're like, Olivia goes, no, Brady goes, you really fought for those women. And Olivia goes, so did you. And it's like, oh, okay, yay. And then it shows Olivia holding the picture of Maria. And
she puts it on the little memorial with the other pictures. And Brady puts her picture
of the girl that she had. So it's like both of them finally can kind of be at peace knowing they got justice for the girls that they worked so hard to get justice for. And so then we get the outro, and there was like a in memoriam of one of the producers that recently passed away, and that was it.
Yep.
And this gets 4.5 stars.
Yeah. 4 and 3/4 stars, okay? 4
what?
4 and 3/4 star. You get,
yeah,
you get
4 and 3/4
get like
stars.
1 point.
It loses,
you got like
it loses the
you
quarter.
Lost a little bit of a point there.
It loses the quarter for like the really unnecessary thing. And if you think we're wrong, if an actor says the scene is fucking unnecessary, then maybe it's unnecessary.
Yeah, we're like, that's you get a fourth of a quarter. What? Yes, I like this. These episodes are really, really good.
This was finally a fucking good crossover.
Yes.
You did well. I did very well. Bravo.
Yes.
Good job, guys. You did it this time.
Yes. So we got 2 episodes tomorrow. So we have the first one is the sins of Mothership is Sins of the Father. Or is it the Sins of the Father or the Sins of the Father?
I literally don't even remember what they're supposed to be about.
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Is it the Sins of the Father? It is. When a car mechanic is murdered execution style, Sean Riley suspects his job was a cover for more sinister talents. And then it says, as the trial gets underway, the arrested suspect Baxter, Price, and Maroon are faced with who should answer for the crime.
Wait, sorry, say that last part again.
As the trial gets underway for the arrested suspect Baxter, Price, and Maroon are faced with who should answer for the crime.
Yeah.
Assuming there's some sort of father aspect because it's called Sins of the Father.
Yeah.
So they combine the Tromos when they showed it on TV, so we don't have them too so like they have like stuff next to it a little bit. So like and then SVU is Shot Caller, which we've been waiting on. What is that?
Yeah.
26. 1, 2. I didn't forgot to put them in
this little girl gets kidnapped.
Yes, basically this little girl's being kidnapped.
And in the promo they find this
when a car with a young girl Okay, when a car with a young girl in the backseat is stolen, SVU investigates whether it was a crime of opportunity or a targeted abduction.
Yeah, because in the promo they show Amanda and Olivia arriving to like this small little shed thing that's
it's kind of weird.
decorated like a little girl's bedroom.
But
And
there's cameras.
there's
So
cameras.
we don't know if they're making CP in this place.
Yeah, so it's
It's
like,
possible.
great. Now we gotta find this kid because they might be doing that with them. And it's gonna be definitely something for Amanda, considering this
She's got 2 little
episode.
girls.
Both of her daughters are in this episode.
Yeah. She's got her 2 kids.
And Olivia's gonna be like, I get it. As your friend, I get it. Even though in our universe we gave Olivia 2 daughters, so we're gonna go with that too. But
yes, but like, so it'll be something to see.
Yeah.
Next week we will get season finale promos.
Really? Already? Dang.
Next week we'll get it. We'll get them next week. Next week we'll have season promo.
Oh, next week. I thought you meant this week. I'm
not
like,
tomorrow.
Already?
Next Thursday we'll get season finale promo, and then the next week will be season finale. 3 more. We're at 3 more, and then we'll have a little summer break.
Cool.
Well, maybe. I think that might. Well, it depends on how I want to do OC. You may just get like a couple hour long video from me later on. It's in the summer.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, before I forget, we did have 2 birthdays recently.
We technically had 3. Pablo also had a birthday. I forgot what day it was.
William Lewis Pablo?
Yes, he had a birthday. Yes. I forgot what day it was. It was recently. I saw it and then I forgot to write it down. So he had a birthday. Juliana had a birthday.
Silva, and then Jamie. Her birthday was the other day. She's 40 now. And she and her husband are now in Paris.
Yes.
Good for them.
Yes.
And if you don't
remember, it's really funny that like
it really is funny.
It's her husband has played Muncie's brother Teddy, and then like not even a year later he's playing Joe Jr. So it's like, well, where you kind of did some weird mix up in the universe here of like
this person. So every time like I see a picture of them, 2 thoughts go through my head. Aw, they're so cute. And 2, this is kind of, I could like take a second to wrap my brain around it.
And it kind of hurts a little bit being like, they look the same. Also, the fact that they thought he looked enough. It's really funny how he thought they looked obviously enough to play Muncie's brother. Obviously, he looked enough to play Muncie's brother, but also looked enough like Stabler's brother. It's like.
And honestly, in my opinion, I think he looked more like Stabler's brother than Muncie's brother, but
that is true. He does look more like a Stabler, but
and Molly had hers recently, but I don't know if we recorded.
I don't know if we recorded since then. We might have. I don't know. It's been like we recorded, but I don't think we talked about SVU. So last time we recorded. So
yes, so there are a few May birthdays, but
but we'll get to them when
we'll get to them.
Because there's one tomorrow.
Is it already tomorrow? Yes, it is.
Dan Fork's birthday is tomorrow on the 1st.
Yay, Kagan!
Yeah, so.
Yes, oh my gosh, tomorrow's already May. Your birthday month!
It's my birthday month, yes, so. My birthday
I'm gonna spoil the hell out of you, or at least try to.
Yes, my birthday is indeed coming up, so.
Yes, everybody, Terryn's birthday is coming up. You all better give her all the love.
Yeah, y'all better because we have to record the season. Well, my birthday is the 14th, and the season finale is the 15th. So, like,
do it.
It means you better go listen to the episode. All right.
All right. I think that's everything.
Yeah, we're gonna stop yapping because I was gonna suck up because we have things to write and things to do.
Yes, we do.
It's kind of in the afternoon, and I have to go to church later, so.
I have this is literally the first thing I did today, so I should probably go do stuff.
Yeah, we'll take a little be adults and go do adult stuff and get ourselves together.
Maybe.
And then maybe not.
Back to writing.
That's more fun. Now that I have this idea forming in my head, I think. Well, I just texted you. Yes. I think we can make. We're working on something.
We won't give you all the details, but I will say that I had a dream the other night, and I immediately woke up and I was like, I have to tell Terryn this because this is gonna be a story that we can do. It's gonna be angsty as hell, but it's gonna be really good.
We did. Yeah, but it'll be fun. Actually, it's not fun, but it's very angsty.
Yeah,
There's
well,
no
like,
redemption.
I don't know, it can be fun sometimes.
Sometimes I'll be like, some people
Yeah.
deserve this angst.
Yes, some people do. Anyway, oh, also, just out of the blue, random things, Mariska and Peter were at the New York Knicks game last night,
Yes.
and oh my
She
god,
loves the Knicks. She's always at the
she
Knicks
was
game.
so into it. Just yelling
she
at the
loves-
fucking refs. It was hilarious.
She loves the Knicks. Like that's I
She
think that they
was.
post even the Knicks posted her picture. Like
Yeah,
she's
the
number
Knicks
one
literally
fan.
posted a picture of her wearing Jalen Brunson's jersey because
Yeah,
he's the captain of the team and she's captain
Yes.
Olivia Benson. So literally the Knicks are literally getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although they did
Hello.
do this stupid weird promo thing at the
They
beginning.
because
Apparently Chris was there too.
Where's my camera? Here. She has her.
Yeah. There's her and all her beautiful gloriness. And so the stupid promo was Chris was like they literally showed it before the game started.
Yeah. Because people were like, what was that about? And then they figure like
yeah. And so it's like Chris is like outside the stadium or like outside in the streets of New York hailing a taxi. He gets in the taxi and he goes, "What are you doing here?" And the camera pans to Mariska and she goes, "Playoffs, baby." Fair enough. Playoffs. Because my team is already on to the second round.
I don't have a team, y'all. I just watch basketball occasionally.
She has my team.
Yes.
And I can't necessarily say I cheer for the Knicks because I'm from Boston. But it's fun to watch Mariska get into it and everything. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, so we will see you all next week.
Bye guys.
We haven't figured out what we're gonna do without C yet, but
We haven't.
But we'll figure it out.
I'm on strike.
You're on. I feel like I want to go on strike, but I need to know. Okay.
Yeah, literally same. I need to know, but I'm on strike. So I'm
gonna watch
gonna
it.
Ignore it.
Like we're gonna watch it. Who knows when you hear? Maybe I'm gonna watch it. Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
Not. Maybe I'm on strike.
I will, because I feel like I have to. I have a very strict regimen of watching TV every week, so it's a habit.
You took my favorite character away. I on strike.
Yeah, I don't know the reason. I was like, I'm going to go on strike, but I have a very TV specific schedule of how I watch TV every week. So that means I have to watch it to keep my routine. So I'm very particular. My TV regimen is very.
And 911 comes back tomorrow too. So
yeah. Everyone could be crying or Miss Mad. We'll find out, okay?
Or both.
Because people were like, there's no way that they printed a fake script just to fool us.
Please, actually, yeah.
They're like, there's no way there was this fake script for them to fool us. That doesn't make sense.
This past 2 weeks of TV has literally just been.
Everyone is just sad. No one is having a good time. All over the fandoms of everywhere on TV.
Chicago Fire is losing people. 911 is losing people.
Question mark around.
Organized crime is losing people.
There's another show. There's another show people talked about. I think Fire County. I never watched it before. Yeah. I never watched it, but they were losing people. Too many people were losing people.
2 of the FBI shows are ending. Everything's a mess and sad.
Yeah.
But this is what we do with our lives.
Somebody was like, somebody's sweet says like, I wish I couldn't dive deep this too easily. But
yeah, it's like I wish I didn't care. I wish I couldn't care this much, but I do.
I'm invested. Deeply invested.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening, guys. We love you.
I fought for my life to get a Switch 2, y'all, but I did get it, okay?
Still haven't yet. We're working on it. One more, Olivia. There we go. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, so this one, y'all. That means you all have to listen. Like, we can make our money to afford getting another Switch 2, okay? Yeah, so that's fine for my life for that Switch 2, y'all, but I did. So I'll probably make a video about unboxing the Switch 2 on my YouTube channel when that happens, but that's not anytime soon. There's like a whole month. Bye. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends and leave in the comments what you think, because none of you ever leave comments, and I like to know what you think for real. You don't think I don't know? I check. I probably check maybe a couple days out of the week how many views you get. So then I'm checking to know your opinion.
There,
You gotta
you
believe one.
made that dark really fast.
I don't know, I got aggressive for no reason. Anyway, oh great, goodbye.